And here we are. How do you account for that? That was she 17 years old trying to get into a college, and this black guy videotaped her singing a song with the N word in it, and the song had the N word in it. She was just singing along, and he called up the college and told them about her, and so the college now won't accept her because back when she was like 13,
the N word in it, or is the N word with
the N word
A at the end?
I don't know, but either way, it's the N word. And she was like 13 or 14 singing the song. Now she's older going into college, and the college won't take her because she was singing the song.
Oh, God, that's stupid.
Back at the time. So if we're going to hold somebody accountable for what they did years ago.
Right.
Even though the girl's not racist.
Paula Deen, hello.
Exactly. So if we're going to hold them all accountable...
Then he needs to be held accountable, too. I agree.
Then Biden needs to be held accountable, too. I mean, if it's racist, it's racist.
That's right.
If it is what it is. You know, honestly, though, a leopard doesn't change its spots. Yeah. They don't. They don't. And they never will. So people thinking that he's not racist is mind-blowing to me because, I mean, let's face it, Biden is racist. He's racist. Like, to hear him yesterday say... Black people have not been able to come out of their homes because they're in fear. They've not been able to leave their homes. I don't know where he's living. I see black people all day long.
In his basement.
Yeah, he must be in the basement where there's nobody black down there because I don't know what he's talking about. But what I do know is he's very racist.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the things he said... You ain't black if you don't vote for me, but that's nothing compared to the things he's done for years. For years. And I was arguing with somebody about it.
What did he call him before?
And it was a black woman, and she told me he's changed his ways, and we need to start from now and move forward because he's a wonderful man. I'm like, you're the same person that was saying old white men have held you down, and what did you just put in office? An old white man. Not only did you put an old white man in office, but you put an old racist white man in office. I wonder what they think of him attending a KKK funeral. I mean, I guess I'm going to tell you what they think about it. Because I call people out on their bullshit all the time. And I was in this group and I called them out on their bullshit.
Right. And
I said, okay, this, that's all racist, right? It is? So yes? Okay. All right. So is this not racist too? Yep, it is. Okay. So why do you like Biden then? Because that's the one who did all that.
That's not what they say.
Excuse after excuse for him because they don't want to admit that they've been taken.
Yep.
They don't want to admit that they made a mistake. They don't want to admit that the wool's been pulled over their eyes. They can't admit it. And that's what's wrong in this country. If you make a mistake, if you've screwed up, just say it.
It's part of being human.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, just say it. Hey, we voted for him because we hated Trump.
Right.
We voted for him because Trump hurt our feelings. We voted for him because Trump insulted us. We didn't know what a big racist he was, but now we know, and you know what? We screwed up. Trump may have hurt our feelings, but he wasn't racist. Because now, I mean, as of last week, a white supremacist is now any color. Did you know that? A white supremacist is not just white people. They're calling black people white supremacists now. Mexican people are white supremacists. Asian people are white supremacists. I don't know how it's possible, but in the mind of the liberal, anything can happen. It's like a giant fairy tale book.
Being white.
Exactly. And I keep hearing about, you know, the white supremacists and the white supremacists are out to do the Asians in. I have yet to see a white person attack an Asian. I'm sorry.
There was that shooter.
Maybe there was one. Yeah, there was the shooter. He went in and he shot a bunch of people because he's a sick asshole. And they weren't even
Chinese. He was trying to shoot Chinese people and like they were Korean and Vietnamese.
That's something else we need to talk about. And something else that I did use my little time traveler for. Okay? I've used it for two specific things. I'm going to use it for a third thing too. Somebody asked me something and I'm going to see if I can use it for them. Have you guys noticed all of a sudden that there's a lot of shootings like every day now?
Yeah, there really are.
We didn't have it when Trump was in office. I'm not saying we didn't have any, but they were significantly lowered. But do you know we had 2 in Austin, Texas in one day?
Yeah, what's up with that?
We're having them they're every day now. Well, I'm going to ask you, Biden really doesn't want anybody to have guns. They have actually said, look, if we take guns away, if we were to do away with guns, we wouldn't have any of these mass shootings now.
But that's stupid.
We all know it's not true. Say,
here's my gun.
Yeah, well, it's not just that. I mean, the word criminal does have a definition. The word criminal is someone who doesn't follow the law. So if the law is no guns, then only the criminals have them. It's just how it goes. So why they think this would be a solution is beyond me, because there's been many people that have saved a lot of lives due to the fact that they've had guns. Now, I'm not saying there's not some stupid owners. I'm not saying there's people that shouldn't own them. But, the majority of gun owners, the majority of gun owners are very responsible. But when we start pushing another one of the liberal narratives that you need to get rid of your guns, you need to give up your guns, and all of a sudden there's tons and tons of mass shootings. What is going on with that?
Trying to push an agenda.
Okay, to push an agenda. All right, now let me ask you this. How did you get those people to start doing mass shootings? How did the government get the people to do it?
Mind control.
And how did they do the mind control?
That could be one of multiple different ways.
Well, give me your idea on it.
Well, we were talking earlier about the vaccine.
It could be test subjects.
They could be test subjects. It could be mind control. It could be something in the vaccine. It could be. I'm not saying. Hold up. I'm going to take that right off. I'm not saying it's there. It has nothing to do with the vaccine. That is off the table, people. We're not even going to discuss that.
Gotcha.
We're not going to say that. It has nothing to do with the vaccine. What I think it has to do with is if you look at each and one of these individual cases, okay, almost all of them, if not all of them, have been seeing a state psychiatrist being issued drugs.
Yep, there you go.
Pharmaceuticals, yeah. And a lot of these pharmaceuticals can alter the mind, not alter the mind, but make the mind more susceptible to suggestion. And I think that's what's going on.
That could very well be.
That is what. Look, I've looked into like a lot of the mass shooting cases, like Klebold and that other one who took his mother's gun, and what the other one's name was.
Sandy Hook.
They were all seeing state psychiatrists under government funding.
That were pill pushing them.
Under government funding, and they were pill pushing them. And I think they made their mind very open to suggestion. And I'm telling you, you do have government doctors that, okay, I'm not saying there's government doctors and that's all they do. Like, for example, you could go to your doctor and he's normal as could be, but he could also be under a government contract to take a percentage of his patients and do a certain thing to them. They do it all the time. People just are not aware of it. Swine flu was one of them. And let me tell you about swine flu. This doctor, he was in Mantua, and he was contacted by the government, and he was told, so many of these flu shots that we have given you are going to kill the people and are going to cause this and that. We want you to monitor them. But he had already given them out, and they were numbered. So he had to write the number of the vaccine down. Well, he opened his mouth about it because he didn't agree with it. He went and told like people in the news and whatever. I'll be right back.